What's up guys, this is Nick at Stridewise.com, just outside of London, United Kingdom, with Mohsin Sajid, who is a denim historian, consultant, brand creator. He created the brand Endrime. He is a Dumbledore and Rambo of all things denim, and he is here to tell us about the history of the denim jacket, one of the most iconic and important pieces of clothing ever.
Super important. Hi guys, yeah, let's start. So, everyone always thinks it starts with the Type 1. It didn't. It pretty much started with the triple pleated blouse from 1874 or 1880, like sort of like depending who you actually speak to. Lovely style, very like refined, single needle tailored, really very beautiful, and it's got lovely little like details. The pleats on the back are awesome as well. What's magical about this style? It's got a like 3/16 twin needle stitch, which is quite important.
And what year is this from?
That's from about, well, Levi say it's from 1880. Some other denim historians say it's from 1874.
Okay, this is the very first iteration of any denim jacket.
This is the very first. Yeah, it was about sort of. It was actually called a blouse back then. They weren't called like jackets.
That wasn't so girly back then.
I also like to reproduce garments. So this is my own version of the triple pleated blouse. But what I did is, which was quite fun, I did it so it had a single stitch that caught all of the pleats, just to make a bit of a difference. I didn't want to directly copy. So yeah, that was quite fun. This
is your version of the very first denim jacket.
Actually, the very early versions would have also been made out of a duck canvas. So this is actually a duck canvas from Cone Mills as well. It's all cone denim. So yeah.
Wait, hang on. Are you saying that the duck canvas jacket came before the denim jacket?
100%.
Got it.
Actually, the original denim jacket or the overalls that are on the actual patent from 1873 was a duck canvas.
All right, there you go. That's brilliant. We've gone so far into denim history that we've gone into non-denim history.
Yeah. And now, this is the style that everyone kind of thought was the very early one, and it's a beautiful style. This is the Type 1. This is from the 30s. Beautiful boxy style. The fabric is stunning, very slubby. It's got one.
Is this actually from the 30s?
This is an original one, yeah. So it's
wow.
worth $2,000 to $3,000. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Very beautiful. I found this particular one in a not a flea market. I found it in a recycling plant in Pakistan. So yeah, so you can find lots of things. You don't have to go down gold mines to find things. So,
the reason it was in Pakistan is that after the World War II, America sent a lot of aid to Pakistan, including clothing, and so after many years, this wound up in a recycling plant.
It was recycling. It was moments away from being shredded to get the cotton to make like recycled fiber.
This is Levi's.
This is a
Type 1.
Type
from
1.
the 30s.
Yeah, it had a cinch on the back if you look, and the cinch, obviously the wearer took the cinch off, which is quite cool. And also what he did is he even wrote his name inside the style, which is obviously a lovely thing. There you go.
John Aline Bell.
Yeah. So yeah, beautiful selvage-like details. I knew instantly by the fabric alone that it was an original. And then
this is pretty good for 100 years old.
Oh yeah, and all the buttons are still, most of them are still there, and you can tell by the like patina on the buttons. But it was the fabric. It was like a dead like giveaway.
Okay, so now this is the Type 1 jacket, which is notable in the pantheon of denim jackets. It's got one pocket on the side.
Slightly more boxier.
And it's a boxier fit, and it's shorter as well, isn't it?
Shorter, yeah, they're very short, because obviously they're made to do work, so you have it so the sleeve was very short, so you can actually do work with it, so yeah.
And you wouldn't want it to be too tight around the body, so it's not too constricting.
And the reason why it's got pleats, actually, is so when you get a bit fatter, you could undo the pleats and you could still wear it. And now we're moving on to the Type 2, which is actually my personal like sort of favorite.
That's what I'm wearing myself.
That's what you're wearing, yeah, amazing. There you go. So that style has come from this. So this is another original Type 2. Okay, to the most untrained eye, it looks very similar to the Type 1. Okay, it's got an extra pocket now. It's a slightly different shape. It's slightly more fitted. It hasn't got the cinch buckle like on the back. It's now got sort of like little kind of like sort of like adjusters.
No one knows what these are called. I always ask people, waist cinched button?
Could be adjusters or buckles, whatever you like to call them.
But if you get a nice slim waist, you button out like that. You get more of a V shape.
There you go. Obviously, these styles would have been made so back in the day you wouldn't have got a 33, or you would buy the size up and then you would just cinch it up. That's the whole point. So you can still wear it for many years.
Got it.
And yeah, so this one's quite beautiful. This is probably my absolute like sort of favorite. So,
and what year? We're talking about the history of denim jackets. When did this jacket come about?
This was like this is from like the 50s. So this would have been the style that all the major actors in Hollywood would have been wearing this particular style. So,
Okay,
yeah.
can we talk, again, since we're talking about history here, originally this jacket was used for manual labor, I guess, right?
So
to protect and everything.
So basically, up until the 50s or so, you would only wear denim to do manual work. You wouldn't necessarily wear it because it's not a fashion item yet. Obviously, when we're talking about 50s garments, now celebrityism, art culture, all the cool kids are wearing denim now because all their favorite actors are wearing denim in all of the films. So now, obviously, this is straight after the war. Denim became very, very popular, very, very sort of quickly. So it was no longer associated with manual labor, but you still get the older generation didn't like denim.
Right.
So the younger kids were kind of rebelling to wear it. You still get people who are rebellious and they rebel in denim. So they wear denim. It's always been a rebellious garment, and it's going to outlast both of us. So that's the type 2. And probably the more popular style that we come across more often is the type 3. So this is a style from the 70s. This one's actually been blanket.
This is more beat up than the 100-year-old one.
This is a lot more beat up. So this one's been worn in, and yeah, obviously these ones I find them so they're always in slightly better condition. But this one's been worn hard, and it's known for its pocket shape. It's known for its pleating going down the front. This one's very, very fitted, and that's why it's got these extra seams going down the front to make it more form fitted. And it's no longer got pleats. It's now got those. It's got the pleats that are now sewn down as well. So this is a lot more figure.
So the Type 2 does have the pleats on the back still.
It has
carries
pleats,
over from the Type 1.
But if you notice, they were more like pleats, so they were giving you room to work. This one's been sewn down, so it's very form fitting.
What is the significance of the V shape here?
Actually, to be honest, it's just purely a way of updating it. Obviously, they got away with the pockets on the bottom. Then they started to move the pockets more towards the chest, obviously, because the more you sit down, and this was called a trucker jacket for that particular reason, you're sitting down while wearing it. So having pockets near the bottom didn't make sense. Having them near the chest, they moved the pockets towards the chest,
sure,
so you can still access it while you're working. And this is the Lee Storm Rider, which also came around in the sort of 50s, so slightly earlier than this period. So there's some historians that say that these pleats that are going down the body were most likely influenced by the Lee Storm Rider jacket. So a lot of cross-pollination is happening between a lot of the denim brands now.
And these pleats, they're just aesthetic. I thought they'd look cool. Is there anything else to it?
They are cinching the person in. They're there for a reason. But yeah, you can't open them back up now, kind of like the earlier versions.
Sorry. So why would you have them at all?
It's purely just to give you more fitting down your body. That's all, and it's also to hold you.
It helps it conform to your shape more easily.
Yeah, instead of being a boxy shape, it's more form fitting. This one's quite popular. This is the one that sort of Marilyn, sort of Monroe was wearing. So these particular styles are very, very iconic.
Okay.
So that's that one. And what's also awesome is a couple of other styles that we have to mention. Wrangler did one too, and to the untrained eye, it just looks like a type 2, and it kind of is. But what's amazing about it is it's got embroidered bar tacks or dot tacks in. So instead of having sort of rivets, they got circle bar tacks on.
So that you can just cut it more easily.
They can cut it more easily, but this is very iconic. This particular style, and actually nowadays, as denim designers, we're now thinking of ways to make jeans that can be easily recycled, or they can be put in a landfill and they'll sort of disappear. So many prominent denim designers now are reintroducing the circle bar tack instead of using sort of rivets.
Right, because it's more sustainable than putting metal on.
Correct.
Got it.
So we're always looking at the past to look at what they've done before we move forward. So this is a clear example of something that happened in the 50s and 40s actually, and now we're doing it now again 70, 80 years later. And then the other type of jacket which can't be ignored, we talked about the triple pleated blouse and the type 1, type 2, type 3 and the imitation versions afterwards, but it's actually the whole railroad style. So these sort of chore jackets are also quite important. So you get a lot of versions of these throughout the ages, and these started out in the 20s. This particular one's a really beautiful one from the 1930s. What's amazing about it is it's using a 2x1 fabric. So it's a fabric that's very, very lightweight. And most denim from this period would have been this kind of weight. That's why a lot of these styles never really survived, because they were, the moment you start working in them and wearing them, they actually break very, very easily.
Nowadays, as we come to the end of the denim jacket history, the Type 3 that's more or less the most popular type of denim jacket.
It's only
nowadays.
popular because these are the ones that you find a lot in flea markets. If you go to a Rose Bowl, if you go to any other recycling place, you'll find a lot more of these because this is the one that's
Most recent?
most recent from the 70s and like 60s, yeah. So it's harder to find a type 1 and a type 2.
And type 1, type 2, and type 3, they all came from Levi's originally?
Originally, all Levi's.
Okay, so they're the ones doing these updates as they see changes in the market.
other brands, they did like imitations of them. So yeah.
Cool. All right. That's the history of the denim jacket.
Yeah, and it's still to be written, but yeah.
Yeah. Mohsin has his own brand in Denim.
Yep.
Which you get denim jackets.
We do denim jackets. We do lots of historical things, but we make a lot of historical garments now. So
Okay. Well, so if you want to see really authentic reproductions and inspirations from historic denim jackets, given you're watching this video, you might be interested in that. Check out his website. I'll put in the description below. That's it. All right. Subscribe, guys. Thank you very much for watching.
Thanks.